Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Caregivers Journal. When I initially started recording these videos for the Caregivers Journal, I specifically had decided they would be for caregivers. But in doing my last video, I've decided anyone can use the video. My last video was recorded on a personal retreat in a resort area, and you'll understand the whole purpose of why I've decided to change them when you watch the last video. My prayer is that these videos serve as a source of encouragement and inspiration to you. Do me a favor, if you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Now off to the Caregivers Journal, Heart to Heart. Good afternoon. I decided to do this video in an area that I once feared. I used to have a fear of wooded areas with lots of trees. But when I made the reservations to come here for my personal retreat, I was very well aware of this area that is wooded with lots of trees and have just a few homes and little cottages on the land. In doing this, I had chosen to take a challenge and began conquering my fears, and as I was told by my therapist, face my fears. And I was very well aware of this area that had a reputation of being a quiet, tranquil place, but oxymoron, it has the trees and woods which I feared. But I was able to conquer that fear. I was able to take a journey on the walkways, overcome the fears, and actually started enjoying God's nature and His creation and the beauty in His creation. I've taken journeys before and wooded paths and walking, but I've never stayed the nights. So the challenge was for me to stay the night. And in doing that, I have found so much tranquility and so much peace out here, the quiet away from everything. So I'm saying all this to say, caregivers, before I go into my Caregivers Journal, face our challenges and face our fears. Find the beauty in your fear. And that's what I've done in staying here. I've found beauty in the things that I fear, and I have a new outlook and a new perspective on them. So caregivers and everyone else or anyone else, this message is for you as well. But caregivers, understand, we fear a lot when we're taking care of these loved ones or whomever we're taking care of. Face the fears. Look for the beauty in everything that we do. Okay, off to the Caregivers Journal. Good afternoon. I'm ending my personal 3-day retreat here at the Portiuncula. I chose to come out so I can have some clarity, peace, get away from the everyday noise and distractions. I had been all over the place emotionally, psychologically, physiologically since my dad passed, and I hadn't recorded a video since my dad passed. I had not planned on recording this video, but I decided to go ahead and do so. And coming out here in a self-retreat, as I call it, my self-retreat, I discovered a lot of things, but I'll start from the beginning. After my dad's passing and after losing my job and after going through a lot of relationship turmoil, my body began to break down. I started showing signs of, as I would say, things not going correct in my body. So I felt I needed to get away. I was listening to my body more than I listened to my mind. And I learned it's okay to do that because my mind had me all over the place. I was in a ball of emotions. It's as though you had 100 balls of yarn intertwined together. That's how I was feeling. And I just felt like I was so under attack. I didn't know which direction to go. I felt like I was losing my mind, and I really just felt like I was being forced into positions and situations I didn't want to be in, psychologically, just all over the place. And I found out this was part of the grieving process, which I did not know. I didn't want to blame everything on grieving because there are other things going on as with my body as well. That's what we call nature and life. But I didn't let people know to the extent. I don't think of how bad it was. I let a couple of people know, but not a lot of people know, because I really feel like a lot of people wouldn't understand and wouldn't know how to relate to you. And I've also learned from my therapist, from the psychologist, that this process is normal. I had begun what we would call normal. I had begun to feel like it wasn't normal. And I really felt like I was losing my mind. But again, I did learn this is part of the grieving process as well as life. So I wanted to let you guys know, as caregivers, anyone taking care of someone, that when you experience physiological stress, which means attack on the immune system, the nervous system, psychological, mental stress, spiritual stress, even taking care of the person, if you haven't lost a person, it's normal. But in doing so, if you can just take 5 minutes to go up and get away, even if it's in a bathroom, just close the door for a few minutes just to have some tranquility, just to play a song for 5 minutes, try and gather your thoughts for a few minutes, just please do so. If you can find someone to help you, because the help is needed, please do so. During your caretaking and after the caretaking process, because you're going to experience what I experienced. Even though I did have help during the process, after the death of my dad, the loss of my job, deterioration in my health, I literally felt like I was just going to crumble and literally die and fall apart. I currently have to follow doctor's appointments now because things that are going on that weren't going on a year ago have started attacking my body. So I'm saying all this to say, in this caregiving process, take care of yourself. If your loved one is still here, still take care of yourself. 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, little breaks throughout the day. While they're asleep, if you're not sleeping, go in the bathroom, put on some headphones, go in a little secluded spot, put on headphones and just listen to some relaxation, meditation, music. If you have to just step outside, on the balcony, wherever you are, my point I'm pushing is take care of yourself. Because I stopped taking care of myself in the process, and even after my dad passed, I wasn't taking care of myself the way I should. There were other factors involved, so I don't want to put it all on him, but I did notice that I began to deteriorate. I'm now getting the proper help that I need, psychologically, physically, spiritually. I'm back on track, and the purpose of getting away to this little self-retreat was to help me do that as well. It helped me get some focus, and I had a lot of time to think and process things, and I've learned that it's okay to feel what I would consider myself inadequate in a lot of areas. In being here, I learned that my inadequacies are going to propel me forward to be even better than I was before. And I got that confirmation from God. I got that confirmation from listening to other sources as far as researching things and reading things. And I've learned it's okay to feel inadequate, but don't let your inadequacies tear you down. God can use these inadequacies that I was insecure about, and He will use them. And that was one of the major things I needed to get away and just hear from Him outside of everyone else or different people being in my ear. I found out it's okay at times when I was feeling stable and then begin to feel unstable. It's okay, because that's part of the grieving process. This is all part of life. So we need to remember these things. It's okay because you're feeling overwhelmed, you're getting anxious, you're getting agitated. You may even feel some form of depression, vulnerability. All this is okay in the caregiving process. But no, this is also a learning process for you. It was a learning process for me. It's an ongoing learning process for us as caregivers. So I'm just here to encourage you, keep you encouraged, knowing that there's always hope. There's always something to be renewed every day. God gives us new mercies every day, new grace every day. I've heard it throughout my Christian life, but I am now learning what that actually means and not just saying it as a cliche, because I am here sitting right here and I can smile more peacefully because of God's new mercies and his grace that he gives us every day. So I can smile confidently and say, yes, he is good, he is merciful, he is loving, he is kind. You hear people say, I got you. I'm going to tell you, God got you. God got you. Focus on that thought. God got you. He has you. He didn't bring you this far in this journey to leave you. He brought you this far to use you. So in all this, I just want you to stay encouraged. Know that God has you. God loves you. I love you. And you will hear from me sooner than later. I love you guys. Take care. Caregivers, you're strong. You are loved. You are chosen for a reason. Love you.